Hello, beauties. I am Olivia Grace and I teach manifestation. And today we are talking about how to manifest massive self-love. And I began the video, or the title of the video, I said that self-love is inherent. It's not to be earned. And just a little side note before I get started is that sometimes, we're pretty much taught by society that in order to be of value or to be worthy, we have to get some type of accolade or achievement or do something wonderful to be worthy. And the first step of loving yourself is accepting where you are and loving yourself where you are now. There's nothing more that you need to do, be, have, experience, whatever, to be worthy of self-love. And that is a huge misconception that is really perpetuated in, the media, in society, that you're not worth something until you do something of value. And yeah, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do things of value. Of course you should, but you don't want to hinge your self-worth on the things that you accomplish, because that is a never-ending hamster wheel. You'll always be accomplishing something. You'll always be on the way to something. So if in between your last goal and your next goal, you're not worthy of self-love, then when will you ever be worthy? You'll never be worthy, because you'll always be on your way somewhere. So that's just a little food for thought to begin with. But I like to give 3 tips when I make my videos about how to manifest anything. And so let's start with the momentum that you have going already. So a lot of people have like self-hatred, just really inherent unworthiness, and really down on themselves and talk down on themselves. Even as a joke, a lot of people try to cover up their pain, or maybe if you're used to people kind of making fun of you, you'll make fun of yourself before someone else can get a chance to. And basically there's just a lot of momentum going. And when I say momentum, it's like if you kick a ball down a hill from the top of a hill, it's gonna roll by itself. It's gonna go by itself, right? So you may not wake up every morning and go to the mirror and talk about how much you don't like yourself and how ugly you are and how your body looks like this, or how no one likes you, or you may not actually do that, but you have this momentum going. Basically, that ball has been kicked a long time ago. For most of us, it starts around preteen years. That's when we start to really look at ourselves really critically. So that ball has been rolling though. That momentum is going. So you don't even have to consciously tell yourself negative things in order for yourself to start feeling negatively about yourself, right? Because that momentum is already there. So what we want to do is get that momentum going for positive self-talk and positive feelings about self. But here's the thing. It's hard to go from really hating yourself and ragging on yourself to just lifting yourself up and feeling like the baddest bitch on the planet, right? That's kind of like, okay, the ball's rolling down. You kick the ball from the top of the hill. You're at the bottom of the hill waiting to kick it back up the hill. And if you know anything about science, you know that will probably break your foot. So what you want to do is slow that momentum down. Get that ball to stop coming down at an angle, but let it come and just kind of slow, right? So let's say that the slope that you kicked it down, it eventually comes to flat ground. Once that ball gets to the flat ground, it's going to steady itself out and kind of stop rolling. So how do we stop it from going down? Being mindful, you guys. Listen to your self-talk. Be mindful of your thoughts. What are the things that you're saying to yourself? What things are you taking that other people have said to you and that you're taking on as true, right? So just being mindful and stopping, stop picking yourself apart in the mirror. Stop comparing yourself to everybody on the internet that doesn't even look like what they look like on the internet. Okay. So that's really how to first, you really want to slow that momentum of self-hatred and really stop the negative self-talk. Once you do that, now you can get some new momentum started. And you can start with one thing, you guys. You can start with one thing that you really like about yourself. When I first started doing this, I don't know if I could even think of one thing, that I liked about myself. And even if you can't intend Okay, I'm going to start liking to yourself. Hey, being honest, you guys, there's nothing wrong with lying to yourself and telling yourself, okay, I'm beautiful. I love myself, even if you don't feel it, because everything that you're feeling now, the negative momentum, the negative self-concept that you have now came from you telling yourself that over and over and over again. All right. So the next thing is to decide who do you want to be and be it, right? So take back control of your life, take back control of yourself. Who do you want to be, right? What are the things about yourself that make you not like yourself? Are you rude to people? Maybe you'd like to be nicer. Are you judgmental of yourself and others? Maybe you'd like to be more understanding and accepting. Are you lazy? Are you a procrastinator? Maybe you'd like to be more, energetic and more of an executor. Whatever it is, while accepting yourself, because you don't want to hinge your self-love on anything. And that's why I started this with that quote, because you don't want to attach, okay, I can love myself if I have this thing, or if I do this thing, or if I accomplish this thing. That is such a trap, you guys, and so many people are falling into it. But there's nothing wrong with wanting to improve the things that will make you feel better about yourself. What about the people that you admire? What do you admire about them? How can you adopt that for yourself to where it's authentic for you? Okay? So decide who you want to be and be it. How do you be it? I'm all about law of assumption, you guys. Assume the state, assume the feeling. How would it feel if I were a person that loved myself? How would it feel to be a person that did feel confident when I walked into a room? How would it feel to not even compare myself to others, but just to accept that I'm beautiful because I'm me? Start to ask yourself those questions, and your brain is going to find an answer for you. It's going to find the feeling for you. And again, start to practice this, okay? With anything, you guys, self-love, manifestation, anything, building a business, consistency is so key, you guys. And it's so cliche, everybody hears that, oh, consistency is key. It is. You can't do anything once or twice and be great at it. It takes time for these things. When you were a kid, 9 times out of 10, you didn't hate yourself as a kid. Kids don't hate themselves. Kids come in a bundle of love, but it's that learned behavior. It's that growing up and comparing yourselves and feeling like you have to meet this certain standard and all of these things that basically we take on and feel like this is what makes me unworthy. But that's not who you truly are. You are God manifested. You are God creating as yourself. So you have the option to choose, who do you want to be? You are God acting out a role. And if you're not feeling the self-love right now, you're God acting out a role of person that doesn't feel loved, that doesn't feel self-love, that doesn't feel worthy. But that God within you, that is pure perfection, pure love, is still that, right? And it is still limitless, and it still has the choice. You have the choice to decide, no, what would it feel like if I did love myself massively? What would it feel like if I did have incredible confidence? And to embody that energy when that answer comes to you, okay? All right. And the last thing is to validate yourself, you guys. This is so huge, because this is where, ironically, it's not society's standards that really beat us down. It's us trying to live up to those standards. It's us, again, hinging our worthiness, our self-love on what the standards of society are. So while, you can be mad at society and why do they want us to be like that? And why do you subscribe to that? Why do you subscribe to that idea of beauty? Something I started to tell myself after doing a lot of, deep digging with myself. And I had to wonder, why do I feel so insecure in my looks? And I realized because I'm not when you think about what the standard of beauty is, it's being really, really thin with really big butt and really big boobs and really long straight hair and really long eyelashes and really straight bone structures. And I just felt like I don't really fit into any of those categories, And so as long as I'm holding myself to the standard of beauty of an IG model or whatever, then I'm never going to be beautiful. But I can hold myself to the standard of my own standard, that me, the way that I am, is perfect, that I'm beautiful because I decide to be beautiful. I decide that I can validate myself. I don't have to post a picture and say, okay, everybody, rate me. What do you think I look like? Oh, how beautiful do you think I am? Oh, is this in season? Is this fashionable? Whatever. I got to keep up with the trends or the whatever, and letting everybody else tell me. And here's the other thing, you guys, these trends are always changing. 10 years ago, it was the trend to be stick skinny and, have no ass and no anything. Now it's this. 10 years from now, it'll be something completely different. So when you're literally subscribing, these people that are going to get surgery to change their bodies, they're changing their whole body to fit a trend. Trends don't last. That's literally what a trend is. It doesn't last. But you've changed your whole body to fit something that's going on for right now. So validate yourself. Decide, I'm beautiful because I say so. And go out of your way to love yourself, you guys. Go out of your way. The way that I think about this is when I think about somebody that I love, a lot. What are the things that I'm willing to do for them, right? So for example, I'll, cook breakfast for my boyfriend or something like that. But when it comes to me, I would be like, oh, I don't have time, or, oh, I don't really feel like doing that, or, oh, whatever. But when it comes to doing it for someone else, I'm already, I'm like, okay, well, let me go ahead and, get this done. Pay attention to those things, you guys. What are you willing to do for others that you're not willing to do for yourself? Right? Start going out of your way to love on yourself. Start planning dates with yourself. Start, even the smallest thing is maybe getting just a polish change on your toes, or, hyping yourself up in the mirror, telling yourself how good you look, putting on something beautiful, even though you don't have anywhere to go. These are ways to just pour into yourself, actually sticking with your mental health practice, sticking with meditation, sticking with journaling, sticking with listening to uplifting videos like this. Make it a point, because there's nobody really promoting this, you guys. No company is going to benefit from you loving yourself. They're not going to promote, oh, how beautiful you are just as you are. If you're beautiful as you are, then what do you need their product for? It has to be you. Get in the driver's seat of that. All right, you guys. So the 3 things that I said was to slow that momentum down. Number 1, slow the momentum down of the negative self-talk. Be mindful. Listen to yourself. Even when you're joking, stop joking bad about yourself. Stop talking bad about yourself. Stop picking yourself apart in the mirror. Okay? Stop that negative momentum and learn to accept yourself where you are as you are. Okay? But we're still going to improve. You don't have to accept yourself where you are as you are and say, okay, I'm 400 pounds. I'm eating chips all day on the couch, and this is fine with me. I don't want to do anything better for myself. If you want to do something better for yourself, you can do that while still loving yourself. And that's the number 2, is to decide what you want and to be that. Ask yourself this question: how would it feel if I were the person I wanted to be? How would it feel if I were a person that had massive confidence and massive self-love? And feel that energy, embody it, practice it, you guys. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes who you are, okay? Your habits become you. So make that a habit. And number 3, validate yourself. Stop looking for validation outside of yourself. Stop looking for social media likes or views or men or women or whoever to validate what you believe about yourself. Validate you, okay? And go out of your way to love yourself. Go out of your way to pour into yourself. So I hope that you take that advice today on this Wednesday, and you go out of your way to do something, even if it's just when you go and, meditate tonight or whatever, just lighting a candle and making it a little bit extra than it would be, taking a bath, soaking, getting a massage, whatever. Take that time out to love yourself, because you're so worth it. Okay. And I'm going to say this one more time. Your self-worth is inherent, which means that you're born with it. It's in here. There's nothing you need to do to be worthy of your own love and your own self-love and care. Okay. All right. I love you guys. I'm Olivia Grace. I'll be popping into this group. I have my own group, Master Manifestors, as well. So if you're into manifestation, then I will tag that so you guys can hop into that group as well. But other than that, y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.